I want to show you how easy it is to make the best sounding acoustic absorption panels on the internet. I say that because as far as I can tell, there's no other acoustic absorption panels on the internet that have speakers built into them. Now these are the same dimensions as any other sound absorption panel that you've found on the internet, the same size, the same plans, the same frame, and I'm going to show you all that in a minute, but there's two distinctly different aspects with this acoustic absorption panel, and that is the speakers in the bottom, which sound fantastic, and of course we got a little bit of trick lighting in the background. All very easy to do. The reason I wanted to build some acoustic absorption panels in this room is when I moved into this place, this room sounded tragic. I just got the IEMA A80. And of course, this is my main living room, TV room. This is where I spend most of my time, and this is where I shoot most of my videos. And it sounded horrendous, and I thought I'd fix that by putting some acoustic absorption panels on the wall. Thanks to some other great videos on the internet where I got the idea from, found out how easy it is to build these things. I got some safe and sound Rockwool insulation, which is the better type of insulation that you would use to actually absorb sound. It's different than standard insulation where the insulation is meant to absorb temperature or to block temperature. This is meant to block sound or absorb sound, which makes it the better choice as far as what material you're going to use. One small thing to look out for when you're buying your Rockwool safe and sound insulation is get the right dimensions. Most of the insulation that you find at most home do-it-yourself stores are for 16-inch centers because most walls have studs every 16 inches, so the Rockwool is designed to fit in between 16-inch studs. But if you look closely, you'll find another package with 24 inches of width. So these are 24 inches wide and 48 inches tall. Really simple dimensions, but you don't just grab any old package off the shelf. Look for those dimensions if those are the dimensions you're looking for. I put three side by side. My plan after this is complete, and we'll complete it here in this video, my plan after this is complete is to cover the three again, but this time with art. I was picturing a mountainscape, a specific mountainscape that I climbed as a child with my father. I wanted to get that mountainscape printed on fabric to cover those three. But now that this has been hanging like this for a few days already, I have to admit, it looks pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with it just the way it looks. So the jury's out on whether I'm going to put art on this, but wrapping it with fabric or art printed on fabric is very, very easy, which we're going to do with the third panel. I left the third panel not wrapped so I could show you in this video exactly what we're dealing with. Let me bring that third panel to you now so you can get a closer look. I've got the speakers connected with speak-on terminals, which makes disconnecting really easy. These aren't entirely light, so you want to be careful. And of course I have another wire back here connected for the lighting. But I've got quick connectors here as well. So on the bottom, I just got a speak-on connector, and I have my lighting connector right here with some quick connects right there for the lighting. One thing I did differently is than I've seen others on the internet do, I added this extra framing. This is the bottom. Let's do this. I have them hanging on these French cleats, which was by far the most expensive part of this project. This one French cleat on the three of these absolutely doubled my build cost. The wood was about $5 per length, and I needed maybe 10 lengths in order to build all three frames, so maybe $50 in wood. Of course, I needed the Rockwool as well, but these French cleats were $35 each, and of course I needed 3 sets of them, so I was $100 in French cleats. Could have done it for less. I could have made my own French cleats out of wood, but these are absolutely rock solid, super low profile, and I'm really happy that I spent the money and got these French cleats. You'll also notice that I built these off the wall by another 1x4, and then I have the 1x4 off the wall. I have these felt like the felt pads that you would put underneath a chair so you don't scratch your floor. I have those double stacked as well to sit this off the wall even more. I did that for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is I needed to hide LED lighting, and I wanted my LED lighting hidden behind so you don't see the source of light. You just see the light itself emanating from behind onto the wall surface. So I needed to tuck that lighting, and I needed a surface to mount that lighting to. And that's where this piece of wood comes in handy. Another advantage of having your acoustic absorption panel hanging off the wall, even an inch or 2. Now this is 3/4 of an inch plus those 2 felts is another maybe 3/4 of an inch. So I'm about 1.5 inches off the wall. It improves the performance of the acoustic absorption in the bass region. If you have your acoustic absorption panel right tight to the wall, as most people do when they hang absorption panels on their wall, they have them right tight to the wall, is that you've got great performance in the mid-range or upper mid-bass area. Pull them off the wall, even a couple of inches, and you're going to improve that performance down low as well. That's why I did that, but primarily because I wanted to hide those LED strips in to get that lighting effect. Let me pull this out just so you can see the framing from the inside. Really super simple framing. I built the speaker box out of MDF. It's a separate enclosure altogether with no physical association to the framing at all. I simply added framing around the already finished MDF speaker box. This is just 1x4 lumber. The overall dimensions, like I said, are 24 inches wide by 48 inches tall, which is arguably the dimensions of the insulation, but of course I had to cut the insulation short because this is taking up some of that space. And of course you want your insulation to be somewhat of a snug fit. I have these 3 braces behind the insulation to prevent the insulation from going back. You know, that's the stop to keep it in place. And of course it's held in place in the front with the fabric tied tight. And of course the extra framing around the backside. I routed my lighting wire up on the inside, and there's my LED there. So super simple. All right, let's get this back in there. I want to take some extra time and attention right now to make sure that it's not poking out the frame at all, because when I wrapped these 2 with fabric, I noticed that there was a bulge right here at the bottom where the insulation was sticking out, and I had to push that insulation back in place with the fabric in place. So I want to make sure that this insulation isn't sticking out beyond the frame now. Now would be the best time to get that securely in place. Just like that. Let's wrap it in fabric. Out of staples. You will go through a lot of staples doing this. Wrapping the corners is where you want to spend most of your time and attention. If your wrap's going to look bad, that's where you're going to make the errors. Out of staples again. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I stretched it nice and evenly. There's no real waves or warbles on it. Oh, this corner is a bit pooched. Let's get it hung. Now I have to make room for my speak-on connection to pop through. I covered up my speak-on connector on purpose. I planned that. That's what I did. This is what I did in the first two samples. I just covered it and then cut it through. There we go. Okay, now we stuff all the fabric back in the hole. So here's our LED wires. Let's get those all aligned. Bingo bango. Bingo bango. We'll do our speak-on connection. And we are ready to hang. Okay. Just like that. There it is. I think it looks great. The room sounds better. You know, compare the sound of this room to how it sounded before. I just got the IEMA A80. Before I put stuff in here and before I hung acoustic wall panels, this room sounded tragic. The panels sound amazing because I've got built-in speakers. I use the Tectonic MBR series 3.5-inch full-range drivers. Made it a really simple application, no crossover, no nothing. And because they're so near field, because the speakers got two there, and two here, because they're so near field, they don't need to be loud at all. In fact, very, very quiet. And they sound fantastic. And the trick lighting, they're hung off the wall 1.5 inches to improve the sound absorption in the bass region as well. I'm thrilled. I'm really happy with the way they look, the way the room sounds, and the way the speakers themselves sound. Give it a try. Super simple.